Hello everyone and welcome back to the Synergy Sanctum. My name is Justin. Thank you so much for stopping by. Here at the Synergy Sanctum, we specialize in all things related to Magic the Gathering, with a specific focus on deck building. So I aim to show you very quick deck techs that'll show you all of the cards in the deck and how they work together to ultimately achieve the goals of that deck. If you're not already, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate that. And we also have a sister channel now, so head on over to Commander Coliseum and check out their content as well. And for today's deck tech, we have another Avatar The Last Airbender spoiler for you. Mono blue with you, the Moon Spirit, an EDH focused deck focused on casting a bunch of big non-creature spells from your hand without paying their mana costs. Lots of untapping to do this multiple times a turn as well. So you, the Moon Spirit, super powerful here. A 3/3 flying vigilance. She has waterbend 5, so you can pay 5 and tap her to cast a non-creature spell from your hand without paying its mana cost. Super strong deck here, and we're going to get into how this deck wins today. So current TCG market value, and this is with the pre-sale prices, is around $188 to $210. It's mono blue, it's doing powerful stuff, and you can probably guess some of the spells we're going to have that we're going to play. Land count very low to the ground at 32, with 27 of those being islands and 5 of those being non-basics. So getting into how this deck's going to win today, we're going to try to get you out as quickly as possible, load up the board with artifacts and creatures to pay into this waterbend cost for free, and then be able to tap her and do this multiple times a turn to play a ton of non-creature spells from our hand. So getting into it today, here are our suite of big spells that we're trying to pull off quickly and consistently. So starting with a Shark Typhoon, non-creature spells are going to turn into XX blue sharks equal to their mana value. Omniscience, duh. Yeah, we're playing Omniscience. We're going to play Omniscience for free. That's what we're going to do. So Omniscience says that you can cast spells from your hand without paying their mana cost. The second this is off, you're pretty much winning the game. Portal to Phyrexia is going to make everybody sack 3 creatures, and then at your upkeep, you could put a creature from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Really strong card, and it's 9 mana. We don't want to pay 9 mana. We don't pay nothing. And then one with the Multiverse, 8 mana. You can look at the top card of your library anytime. You can play lands and cast spells from there. And then once during each of your turns, you can play one for free. Overflowing Insights, 7 mana to draw 7 cards, but it'll be 0 mana to draw 7 cards. Enter the Infinite's going to let you draw your entire library, and then you're going to win. Clone Legion is letting you make copies of every creature that your opponents have. Amanatu's Augury is letting you exile the top 8. You can put a land from them onto the battlefield, and then until end of turn, for each non-land card type, you can cast the spell without paying their mana cost. Super broken. And then Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time have Delve in case we're not getting our engine going with you. But Treasure Cruise is drawing you 3 cards, and then Dig Through Time is letting you look at the top 7, and you get 2 of those. So not a ton of big spells, but enough to where it's going to be scary. And then here's all of the cards that can untap you or untap other things for additional value. So the Seer of the Tumbling Sands is letting you untap a permanent. Kelpie Guide's letting you untap a permanent. 1,000-Year Elixir is letting you untap a creature, and same with Mage Right Stone. North Pole Patrol from the Avatar set's letting you untap a permanent, and you can waterbend to tap something. Irith of the Healing House is letting you untap 2 if they're legendary. Otherwise, it's just 1. Forensic Researchers letting you untap a target permanent. Fate Stitchers letting you tap or untap a permanent. And then Aphedo Alchemist is letting you untap an artifact or creature. Unstoppable Plan is when this is really going to get out of hand. So at the beginning of your end step, if you've done all of this crazy stuff and you've done the water bending, everything else is going to untap and you're going to get to do it again. And then a couple more things to do some mass untapping in the deck. So Intruder Alarm, obviously, every time a creature's coming in, you're going to get to untap. So if you get an engine going off of like Shark Typhoon and playing a bunch of spells, this is going to go crazy, and you're going to basically get to do usability as many times as you want. And then same with Isochron Scepter, as long as you have the 2 mana to keep putting into it, you're going to keep untapping all of your permanents and then tapping them again for all of this value. And then here are artifacts or ways of kind of swarming the board with tokens. So we're running a couple of cantrip artifacts with Phyrexian Walker, Ornithopter, and Memnite. They all cost 0. Chrome Host Seed Shark says that when you cast a non-creature spell, you're going to incubate X, where X is that spell's mana value, and that incubate token is going to be an artifact creature, so it can then tap for the waterbending. Hermes, Overseer of Elpis, anytime you're casting a non-creature, you're getting a bird. Master Thopterus is giving you Thopters, and then you can sack those to draw. And then the Mechanist, Aerial Artisan from the Avatar set, anytime you're casting a non-creature spell, you're getting clues, which are artifacts and count for that waterbending cost as well. And then other good stuff in the deck. So waterbending is an activated ability. So something like Training Grounds is making it cost 2 less. Propaganda is protecting us from the crackback. Laboratory Maniac is here if we pull off the Omniscience, Enter the Infinite combo. Mystic Sanctuary is letting you bring a spell back after you've cast it. Marvin, Murderous Mimic, is copying activated abilities, so at a minimum he can untap something, and at a maximum he has usability to do it twice. And then Go-Go, Master of Mimicry, says that you could pay into it for X twice. You get to copy target activated or triggered ability you control X times. So again, you can copy use waterbend ability because it is an activated ability, and you only have to pay into it once, and then you pay mana into Go-Go to keep going. And then here's all of our draw on the deck. So War Room's letting you draw at the cost of a life and 3 mana. Spirit Water Revival is letting you draw, but if you waterbend as well, then you have no max hand size the rest of the game. Thought Monitor's letting you draw when it enters. Solemn's letting you draw and get a land. Preordain, Ponder, and Brainstorm are all the cantrips that let you draw, as well as Opt. Katara Bending Prodigy is letting you draw when you waterbend 6, and then Archmage's Charm is giving you multiple options. It's a counterspell, but then you can also just draw 2 cards off of it. And then here's all the other counterspells and removal in the deck. So we're running a Swan Song and a counterspell, as well as an Offer You Can't Refuse. We're running a Rapid Hybridization and a Pongify to destroy problem creatures. Aetherize to bounce all of those attacks back to their hand. And then Negate and Arcane Denial to counterspells as well. And then here's the mana in the deck. We got a decent amount of mana because that waterbending cost gets pretty steep. And if we don't have creatures out to do it, we want to have the mana to do it. So a Walking Atlas and Pew Pew UFO let you tap to put lands into play. And just picture the untappers. You can be untapping these land guys and putting additional lands into play and ramping a bit. Terrain Generator lets you ramp as well, putting basic land in at the cost of 2. Sapphire Medallion reduces blue spells by 1. Soul Rain, Ornithopter of Paradise, or a Rocks. Silver Mirror taps for blue as well, and then so does Omen Hawker. And Omen Hawker says that it has to be spent to activate abilities. So tapping him gets you 2 of that waterbending cost for you. And then Inspiring Statuary artifacts help cast non-artifact spells because they have improvise. So you can tap them to reduce those big spells. And then High Tide to double up your islands for the turn. And then a little more mana in the deck. Gilded Lotus is getting you 3 blue. Heartstone is doing that activated ability reduction as well. Extraplanar Lens is doubling up your islands indefinitely. Decanter of Endless Water is giving you no max hand size in a blue. Arcane Signet's giving you a blue. And then Bender's Water Skin is giving you a blue at every single person's untap step. This rock will untap. Super, super good. And with that, our show has come to an end. Thank you so much for watching our video. And if you enjoyed that video, feel free to share it out with any friends who might find value in it as well. Thank you so much for stopping by. We hope to see you again soon. Have a good one.